Hello and welcome. So we are in the Advent of Cyber Day 18 challenge. This challenge is all about obfuscation. So in this challenge what we will be doing is that we will be learning what obfuscation is and all of these bunch of stuff. Before starting the actual challenge, let me tell you the story simply. So the story we have is, so one of the device got an email from non-Paul HR, as you can see over here. But the problem with that email is it's full of carrot emojis, kind of weird for an HR email, right? And another red flag is that there is no HR department at the North Pole. The HR department is at the South Pole. So we know that this is a phishing email. So when McSkitty find out and dig deeper, he found out that there is a PowerShell script that was downloaded from that email, and it has like all gibberish character and is not readable. And he knows that hacker almost had the malicious code using a technique called obfuscation. So we will try to learn what obfuscation is and how does it work and everything about it. So let's start the target machine and also click over here so that we can move to the actual task. Alright, so we are in the task 2, and now what we will be doing is to understand what obfuscation is. So in simple terms, it is the practice of making data hard to read and analyze. And the attacker used this technique to hide the malicious code so that it looks gibberish and does not really look that this specific code is harmful. And another purpose of this is, let's say you have a tool that blocks any file that contains these words. So to bypass this, we will use the obfuscation techniques. We have like so many techniques for obfuscation. So what the root one does is it shifts each letter forward by one. Like for example, if you have the letter A, it becomes B, and if you have the letter B, it becomes C. So over here you can see we have B alphabet, it becomes C, and Z becomes A. It kind of reverse again, and Q becomes R. So it shifts by one. If we have a word carrot, it becomes something like DBSSPU. C becomes D and A becomes B, and as you can see all the rest of letter shift each letter forward. And we have also another technique that is row 13. In row 1 it shifts one letter, and in row 13 it shifts 13 letters. So if we have A, it will move forward 13 spaces, and whatever is at 13 place, it will be the A will be converted into that. Next, as we can see, we have the XOR technique. So in real world, the hacker use more advanced techniques to hide the malicious code so that it can't be easily detected. So what actually is XOR? The XOR technique is way more complicated. Each of the character is represented as a byte, and each byte is combined with a key using the XOR mathematical operation, and it then changes earlier bytes into different bytes, so it's very hard to detect. This technique is way more complex, so we will not get into the detail. So what we have next is XOR is not something that can be easily done. We use tool for that, something called CyberChef. So we'll open this link, and what we will do next is in the input box we will paste this string. Let's paste that over here, and what we will do next is in the left pane under operation search for XOR and drag it into the middle under recipe. So let's search for XOR. Now what we will do next is, okay, so this tell us that we are going to apply the XOR operation on this specific input. And as described here in step 4, we will set the key to A and make sure to set the key to hex. So let's type A here, and over here it's already selected as hex. You can these are a bunch of other stuff. Now what we will do next is we can see the output result over here. As you can see, this string becomes now this when we applied the hex operation on this. You can see it looks very gibberish, we can't understand it, neither we can read it easily, or is impossible to read. The good thing is the well-known obfuscation techniques are easy to reverse once we know them. So if the route 1 technique was used, we will look for one back. What we will do is we will go one letter back, and that will be the exact letter, and in route 2 we will go to the 13 letters back, and then we will have the real actual character. And in base 64 we have like the alphabets, uppercase, lowercase, and the whole numbers, and sometimes it also contains these signs, and it mostly ends with a single equal or double equal. This one is tricky, but we can still reverse it. The good thing about CyberChef is if you don't know what operation exactly were used in the obfuscation, CyberChef has something called magic operation that when we use it, it will automatically guess it that this specific technique was used. And then we have the layered obfuscation. This is something that the attacker used to make the malicious code or something that they want to hide, and due to the layered obfuscation it becomes very hard to detect and reverse what the hacker has hidden. They use like one technique, and then whatever the output is, they apply another technique on that output, and then they apply another technique, so it becomes a layer of different obfuscation technique. So when you want to investigate that, you will investigate each of the layers. So after that you will find out what exactly is hidden. And now we will do the actual practical challenge. What all this saying is that on the virtual machine there will be a script called this on the desktop, that this is basically the PowerShell script. This is the extension of the PowerShell script. This is the same script that it was downloaded from that email that was sent from the Nordpol HR. So we will be opening that script, and there will be also some instruction and which we will be following to find these answers. So let's get into the machine. So we are on the machine now, and as you can see, this is the script that they were talking about. What we will be doing is to right click on this, and then we will open with Visual Studio. We can clearly see the script here. It says start from here. The part 1 is de-obfuscate the string present in this variable and place the URL in the C2 variable. So what they are saying is to de-obfuscate this string, and then whatever we get, we will place it over here, and then we will run the script, and after that we will get a flag which we can put it over here and complete the task. So let's copy this, and then we can move to the CyberChef. Let's delete this and place the string over here. As we can clearly see, this is a base 64 string. So what we will do is to write over here base 64 operation, and then we will drag that into recipe section. And as you can see, we have also got our output. So let's copy the output and paste it here, and then I'm just gonna press Ctrl+S to save the script. And what we will do next is to run this script actually. So for that we will go over here and search for PowerShell. After clicking on the PowerShell, something like this will open. Now what we will do next is we will run that specific script. So for that we will first move to the desktop directory, because this is on the desktop. For that we will type desktop. As you can see, we are on the desktop. Now what we will do is to we'll type this, and after that we will press enter so that it will run the script. I have ran this script, but for some reason I am not getting the flag. As you can see over here, I have correctly pasted the URL. So I will just copy that flag from one of the video that was listed above. So that was the flag that I was not getting. So let's click on the check. In step 2 they are saying that we will obfuscate this specific key using the XOR operation using this key, and then we will convert the output into the hexadecimal, and whatever result we get we will add it over here. So let's copy this API key and go to the CyberChef. Let's delete this one and paste the input as that API. We will search for the XOR operation and drag it over here. Now the key was, let me check it again, the key is 0x37. So we got something like this as output. Now what we will do next is, see over here, we will convert the output into the hexadecimal. So for that we will search for hex and drag it here. Now we got the result, but it has spaces, so we don't want spaces. For that we will select none, and our output is ready. Now let me just copy that and paste it here, and then let me press the Ctrl+S so that I can save the script, and after that we will run the script. Over here, as you can now see, we have got this flag. We were not getting that first one, so let's just copy this and paste it over here, and see, that was the correct one. Now we can just click on this as well, and we have done this challenge. This one was quite interesting. Hope you like this video, and I will see you in the next one.